The Gauteng Biodiversity Stewardship Program is very excited about our collaboration with SA Hunters, specifically the Springbok branch. The Devon protected environment is very important to us in Gauteng in terms of nature conservation because of all the threatened species that find refuge in these beautiful grasslands.
The Devon protected environment consists of 7 different landowners. It totals just under 8,000 hectares, of which about 5,000 hectares is natural grasslands. The biodiversity stewardship mechanism gives us a platform by which we can engage private or communal landowners to work with them hand in hand to conserve the natural grasslands and to promote sustainable resource management. Now, the grasslands biome is under severe pressure from development, agriculture, mining. But where we're standing today, we're very proud for the relationship that we've established with the landowners here. We are very excited about the partnership with SA Hunters, specifically the Springbok branch, because they are already active in the landscape and they can immensely assist the Gauteng Biodiversity Stewardship Program.
Gauteng Natuurbewaring het eendag 'n praatjie gehou daar by ons tak. En ons het dit baie interessant gevind en besluit ons wil ook ondersteuning gee in hierdie projek. Ons is reeds in die omgewing met ons eie bewaring projek wat ons doen in Devon area. So ons het besluit dit sal 'n goeie inisiatief van ons wees om hier ondersteuning te gee. Ons het finansiële ondersteuning gegee met die borde soos julle hier kan sien. Ons is ook aktief besig met die bankrotbossie wat ons wil help uitroei in hierdie omgewing. En vir ons tak is dit eintlik 'n voorreg en 'n baie waardevolle ondervinding om die mense hier te kan kom help.
So one of the longest running initiatives in SA Hunters was where our members actually started putting up owl boxes because they wanted to contribute to the conservation of owls. The Springbok branch was one of the initial branches that really focused on owl conservation.
So our initial owl box, from donated wood, even the nails, we started building according to spec that we drew off the internet. Started building these owl cases. They last for about a year and a half, and then we had to replace them. And then realized it's not worth the effort. We need to do something different. So one of our senior members in the Exco then got an idea to start building a box that you can actually put together with 4 or 6 screws, and it interlinks like a puzzle, and you can ship it quite easily.
One of the challenges was, however, that we didn't have any feedback on whether those boxes were successful for owl conservation. So a couple of years ago we decided that we're going to structure the project a bit better.
Right now the boxes are numbered, the geolocations are recorded where they are positioned. They're positioned in specific directions, a specific height it needs to be put up, it's got to be enclosed, there's got to be trees and branches around it with a little passage to get in.
And for each box there's a monitoring program that we capture the data so that we can determine which of the owl boxes that we put up are actually successful in assisting in breeding for the owls, and that we can capture the data. We've spent a lot of time of structuring the project in such a way that we can roll it out to the rest of the country, and hopefully in time we will have a program that runs throughout the country where we can collect data, because there's no sense in putting up owl boxes and we don't know whether they are actually successful in contributing to the conservation of owls. For us to really have success in terms of owl conservation, we have to collaborate with landowners, and one of the future steps as part of our owl conservation initiative is to actually develop a small guideline that we can provide to landowners that can help them in the management of these pockets of natural habitat that occur between the areas where they plant maize or soya beans. It's important to understand that we need these areas where we produce food for the country. So we have to work with these landowners to see how we can adapt management practices. In this specific case, they don't burn this area anymore and they don't slash the grass because they know that those owls are breeding here. So if we can get other landowners to participate in an owl conservation program, we might see successes in terms of the owls.
My supervisor for my honours research was approached by SA Hunters to have a look at the effectiveness of the owl restaurants that were set up by the Springbok branch in order to protect the owls in the area. What we did find is that it doesn't appear to be that the food availability for these birds, specifically the rodents, seems to be affecting their abundance in the area. This is in a critically endangered ecosystem, the Bushmanspruit highveld grassland. And this is where these birds are nesting, where they're foraging, where they're breeding. So this habitat seems to be very important to them, for their survival. And specifically we found water sources was very important, which correlates with the marsh and the grass owl, which both nest near water. And so we think that the reason that they are so abundant in the area is because of these water sources and the ecosystem as opposed to the food.
So that gave us a better understanding of the owls, the ecology around them. I think to the extent where we've realized 8 or 9 years later that we have funded this project of the owl conservation program for the Springbok branch in terms of well over 1 million rand. So this has made us realize we're not just a hunter, but we're also a conservationist.